Now first log into WordPress and go to Theme Builder, Header, Add New. When the pre-made templates show up, just click away from them. We're starting with an empty container. Select Flex and Horizontal because I want a logo on the left and a menu on the right layout. I added one container and you can just duplicate it. Since we have selected the Flex Row option, the duplicate container will appear on its right, on the same row. Now I set the main container width to 90% and I try to work with percentages as much as I can to keep everything responsive. Then the two containers inside, I set the logo container to 20% and the menu container to 8%. This gives us a nice proportion, and these percentages also help the layout adapt across different screen sizes. Inside the left container, I work with my logo and I adjust its width as I like. I also set a max width to avoid it stretching too much or shrinking too small. Then I quickly preview how it will look on mobile to see how it behaves, but we will fix that more precisely later on. Now let's add the navigation menu widget to the right container. If your menu doesn't show up, Elementor will give you a link and you can follow it to create a menu in WordPress first. Otherwise, the menu will look empty. Now back in Elementor, we style the menu, set the font size under the Style tab. Also pro tip, double click on your containers in the navigator panel to rename them, like logo container and menu container. Makes it easier to navigate and tweak later on. By selecting the screen icon, you can preview how the header will look like on different devices. You can adjust the width of the logo on desktop, laptop, tablet, and mobile screens. Make sure to stick to percentages. It helps with responsive layouts. Here I adjust the container width of the logo and I make sure that it has the right percentage, and I do the same for the container of the menu. Now you can adjust how the menu will look like on tablets. You go to Layout and you can select the full width for the drop-down menu. And you can adjust also the toggle icon. You go to Style, select the color, the size, and then you go to drop-down. And you see that there is a divider and distance option. I selected a divider with a yellow color just to show you how it will look like. The most important thing is the distance, because the distance is where the menu, the drop-down menu, will appear in reference to the header. I took away the divider color and I adjust the distance of the drop-down menu. Then you can go again to the layout, the first tab, and on the bottom you can see the text align. Make it to center so that it looks nicely centered. Then you can adjust the color of the text and the background. I made it pink text with black background and I made it reverse for the hover effect. You select the text color and the background color. Now let's work on the mobile view. This one needs a bit more adjustment. So I select the container, the logo container, and we have to adjust the width of the logo container and the menu container so that they both can fit on the row, if that's what you want. This is what I wanted to achieve here, so I had to make the containers to 40% each, because 50-50 doesn't work because there is some padding. So I was here playing around with the dimensions. And since we're working with flex, it's very easy to align the elements using justify content, space between, space around, space evenly. So remember, you need to adjust the width of the container, but also the width of the logo inside. So the logo inside could be like 80 or 100%, but the container width needs to be, in this case, 40%. Now here I went to adjust a bit more the distance of the drop-down menu. Sometimes it needs to be different from the tablet to the mobile view. Then make sure that it looks good on all the screens. And make further adjustments as needed. Then I wanted to give some more padding on top. It was too close to the top of the screen. So mobile looks good. Desktop looks good. Laptop, tablet. Well, of course you can adjust it according to your own design. This is just me showing you the basics and how to do the alignment and set the elements and things like that. Once you're happy with your design, go to Display Conditions and select where you want to display your template. A header should be included on the entire site. You can ignore the warning that I had here because I'm using my other header, but you hit Save and Close and then you have your header fixed for your entire site. Thank you for watching, subscribe for more videos and see you next time.